At the foot of a giant tree, little Snail gazes up, an endless green cathedral towering above him. Bright red cherries gleam like jewels as birds dance and feast among the high branches. Little Snail's eyes widen, a silent, yearning gaze fixed on the unreachable feast above. A tiny snail, a towering tree, a world of longing in a single upward glance. At the base of a towering tree, little Snail begins his arduous climb, a tiny speck against the rough bark. The sun beats down mercilessly as little Snail inches upward, each movement a testament to his determination. Midway, he pauses, the rough bark, a harsh contrast to his soft body. He wipes sweat from his brow with a tiny leaf, a moment of respite in his uphill battle. The tree trunk looms like a mountain, testing the limits of his small frame and spirit. Little Snail perseveres, driven by an unseen goal, a tiny hero against a giant world. Little Snail persists, his tiny body inching upwards on the rough bark. The afternoon sun casts long shadows, highlighting the steep incline ahead. A massive beetle, an immovable obstacle, suddenly appears in little Snail's path. The beetle's dark form looms, a challenge to the snail's determined climb. Little Snail pauses, contemplating how to overcome this unexpected barrier. The towering tree trunk stretches endlessly above, a silent witness to the snail's journey. Sunset paints the sky in vivid hues as little Snail begins his arduous climb up the rough, towering tree trunk. He encounters a treacherous patch of sticky sap, its iridescent surface shimmering like a deceptive jewel. His tiny body strains against the adhesive goo, a silent battle waged on the bark's rough terrain. For a heart-stopping moment, little Snail's resolve falters, his antennae drooping in weary surrender. Under the moon's gentle glow, little Snail journeys across the rugged tree trunk, a tiny silhouette against the vast night. Cool night air offers respite, yet shadows deepen, obscuring the path ahead, challenging each inch of progress. Antennae extend, delicate feelers in the dark, mapping the unseen terrain with each cautious touch. Each subtle sensation guides little Snail, a beacon in the dim, whispering secrets of the ancient tree. Dawn breaks, painting the sky gold as little Snail faces a fierce wind on the massive tree trunk. He clings tightly to the rough bark, his tiny body trembling against the overwhelming force. The wind howls, a relentless force threatening to tear him from his hold on the giant tree. Each gust tests his resolve as he battles to stay grounded. Despite the storm, little Snail's determination shines, as bright as the rising sun. Sunlight filters through leaves, lighting a tall tree trunk. Little Snail crawls along the rough bark. A line of ants marches upwards, their tiny legs blurring with motion. They pause, noticing little Snail. "Keep going! You can do it!" The ants cheer, their voices tiny but encouraging. "Here, have some of our honeydew," another ant offers. "It will give you strength." Little Snail gratefully accepts the glistening drop, feeling a surge of renewed energy. Under the scorching sun, little Snail tires, his pace slowing against the rough bark. A small crevice appears a haven in the giant tree. He gratefully crawls into the cool shade. Curled tight, little Snail begins to drift into sleep. He dreams of sweet cherries, says the narration. Visions of ripe, red cherries dance behind his closed eyes, a sweet escape. Little Snail stirs from his nap, the afternoon sun dappling through the leaves above. He notices the cherries above seem closer, their red glow a tempting beacon. A surge of excitement propels him forward, his tiny body quickening its pace. Each inch gained fuels his anticipation, the promise of sweetness driving him on. He moves toward the cherries, driven by excitement. Little Snail ascends, reaching the first sturdy branches, a milestone etched in his slow but determined journey. The setting sun bathes the scene in golden hues, casting long shadows that stretch and dance around him. Cherries, plump and ripe, now hang tantalizingly close, each one a beacon of vibrant red against the fading light. He gazes at the cherries, their sweet promise nearly within reach, fueling his weary spirit with renewed vigor. His tiny eyes reflect the glossy sheen of the fruit, a silent anticipation building with each upward inch. The air is thick with the scent of ripeness, a symphony of nature's bounty that he can almost taste. Under a canopy of dense tree branches, a figure moves cautiously, a silhouette against the night. The air is thick with the scent of damp earth and unseen blooms. Each step is measured, avoiding sharp thorns and leaves that prick at exposed skin. Distant hoots and rustles hint at the forest's hidden inhabitants. The sounds of nocturnal animals echo, amplifying the sense of isolation. He pushes forward, driven by an unseen goal, deeper into the maze of the night. Dawn breaks, painting the leaves with gold as a glistening spiderweb appears, blocking the path. A menacing spider scuttles into view, its tiny eyes glinting with challenge. Halt! None shall pass without answering my riddle, the spider commands, its voice surprisingly deep. Little Snail spots a dewdrop, a mischievous glint in my eye. What's that behind you? A dazzling flash blinds the spider as the dewdrop rolls, and Little Snail seizes the moment to slip past. High up in the tree, morning light filters through the leaves, awakening Little Snail with a gentle warmth. Its tentacles twitch, sensing the sweet fragrance of ripe cherries, a delightful promise in the fresh air. Little Snail stretches its tiny body, preparing for the climb. Inch by inch, it begins its journey, its small body moving along the rough, textured bark. Each movement is filled with anticipation, the juicy cherries drawing it closer. The scent intensifies, driving Little Snail's determination as it continues its upward journey. Little Snail ascends the towering tree, driven by unwavering resolve. The summit is in sight, bathed in the warm glow of day. He reaches the top, the world unfolding beneath him in a breathtaking panorama. Before him, the cherries gleam vibrant jewels against the verdant leaves. They are more luscious than his wildest dreams. A feast for the eyes, a moment of triumph as Little Snail beholds the fruits of his arduous climb. High in the treetop, sunlight dapples through leaves, illuminating a world of vibrant green and ripe red cherries. Little Snail surveys the bounty, his tiny antennae twitching as he selects the perfect, juiciest cherry. He takes a bite, his world shrinking to the burst of sweet, tangy flavor that floods his senses. His face explodes with pure, unadulterated joy, a testament to the simple pleasures of nature's candy. The cherry trembles slightly as Little Snail savors every last drop of the delicious juice. Surrounded by a sea of green, Little Snail's moment of bliss is a tiny, perfect universe. Sunlight filters through leaves, illuminating Little Snail, who sits at the foot of a giant tree. A small smile plays on his face, contentment radiating from him. He glances back up the towering tree, its bark rough against the sky. A wave of accomplishment washes over Little Snail. The forest floor is his peaceful kingdom,